Hi, Candice.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here.
You're looking amazing. For anyone that's listening and can't see Candice right now, she has pink hair.
I have pink hair. I woke up like this.
You literally woke up.
It's
PLT
crazy.
ready.
Yeah, I went to sleep thinking about PLT and I woke up and then it just was like here.
And you just grew pink hair.
It's crazy. I just don't know how it happens.
Well, it's amazing to have you here and it's so good to meet you. I don't know whether you know or you remember, but me and you actually FaceTimed maybe a year or so ago. You're looking at me, she's like, shit, I don't remember this. You definitely won't remember. So, Napa, there was one time when the In My Feelings challenge was trending, yeah?
I do.
And we were like, oh my God, we really need to get a PLT video of someone doing the In My Feelings challenge. And we're like, obviously it's Candice, like that's who we need to ask. So I was like, Napa, like, can you hit up Candice and see whether she'll do it for us? Like,
I cannot believe that was you.
And he was like, not just FaceTime and now with me. I was like, no, I've got no makeup on.
It's
like,
too much.
I had no makeup on. I was like dressed like, I mean, what can I even say? Like, call it 0 to 10, I was 0.
No,
I was like, I cannot go on FaceTime to Candice right now. No. And then next thing you were there, I was like, hi.
Hey, can you do this one thing for us? It's all good.
I'm sorry I look so weird right now, but would you mind? So yeah, that was me.
And what's crazy is that I just remember Napper being with like a beautiful girl and just FaceTiming and I'm like, what's going on? But I knew you were part of the PLT team and I'm like, what's happening? And then he was like, just do another dance video. Just do one for us really quick. Just give it to us. And then I did it. And then that was crazy. I cannot believe that was you.
That was me.
That is so funny. Was it a year and a half ago?
That was literally like a year and a half ago.
I've been a part of the PLT team for that long.
But that's the thing. That was it. He was like, she's part of the PLT family. She'll just do it. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
You're just going to FaceTime her and ask? And
Just
like
like
now,
that.
I'm like, yeah, okay, I get that now. But then I was like, oh, I'm terrified. And what I remember is you pulled that video together. Like, I swear it was out that day or the next day.
Yeah.
It was like, it went. And I remember when we posted on Instagram, I was like, oh, look how good it is.
It went crazy.
That was a whole moment.
It definitely hit over like 1.5 million. I remember that one doing really well.
We had like, I'm sure it was over like 1 million views on our channel as well. Yeah. Like it was crazy.
I knew the timing of it was important too.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Like we had to get it out fast or else we're going to lose that wave. And I didn't want to lose that wave. And the fact that you guys could have picked from anyone in the world and you guys called me personally, I was like, okay. They've always taken care of me from the beginning. You guys have. So anything you guys ask for, obviously, I'm here.
I'm so glad to hear that. Like you are literally the first person we thought of, and I mean,
sick.
When it comes to dance, let's start on like dancing. With our podcast, we kind of like to get to know our guests from top to bottom and know like the history and like how you've got to where you are now. Because as I was saying to you before we started, you're so successful. And I know hearing that's probably like, oh my God, like, but you are. How did your kind of love for dance and, you know, everything that you do come about in the beginning?
In the beginning, it literally started as silly as dancing for my family in the living room. Whenever my parents would have family over, I would like make everybody sit down and pay 25 cents to watch me do a performance of some sort. Sometimes it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in West Philadelphia, born and raised, like something as simple as that, or doing any type of Celine Dion, just performing as much as I could possibly do it. So my parents knew I had, you know, a little bit of a talent. So they just put me in a magnet program at school.
Right.
So I got to dance. Yeah. So in Florida,
like UK, like
in Florida, they have these programs where you go to school and instead of taking an elective, which is like wood shop or cooking or whatever, you get to go to dance. So I would dance at least 2 to 6 hours a day.
Oh my word.
Growing up from middle school all the way through high school, I literally would go to dance for 2 hours in class, 2 hours for dance team, then go home, take a little 30-minute nap, then go to my actual dance studio. Wow. Shout out to Dance Attack in Florida. You guys, I made me who I am. And so I would just be dancing all the time. And then it went from that to competitions. We would win. We would, you know, it would just keep, it was a team sport. And then it turned into going on tour with some of the biggest artists in the world.
You turned it into a career.
Yeah, absolutely. At first it was dancing at retirement homes. Like that was like $75 a show. I'll never forget.
I can't remember what, it was an interview and I can't remember what it was, but you were interviewed and I remember you saying that and I was like, whoa, like to look back at that to now.
It's crazy. Life has completely flipped. And like, I just remember telling my mom, like, let me just make these 2 shows at the retirement homes a weekend and I'll be able to like get my car. I'll be able to like, with that money, you know, that was like the beginning of it all. And from then just did that and then did my first audition, not first audition, but the first time I actually got a dance gig was with Diddy when I was 17 years old. I'll never forget because my mom had to sign the waiver. And yeah, it was for MTV, and it was for Lorianne Gibson, the choreographer of choreographers, and did that, and I bit the bug there. I was like, oh no, this is something I definitely want to do. Obviously, no matter what, like I just need to keep going. So with that, got to dance around the world with different artists, Pharrell, Nicki Minaj. I got to dance on stage with Chris Brown, Sierra, a whole bunch of people, and like it just all these shows, all these different BET awards, all the things that I grew up watching. It all honestly came from watching TV and watching those award shows, and then just kind of blew up from there. And then social media took off from there.
And social media is like a whole other thing that we're definitely going to talk about, because that's just a whole other career for you as well as your dancing. But take me back to that first job with Diddy. I mean, to say that your first professional dancing gig was with Diddy. I don't think many people can say that.
Absolutely not. And I just remember crying when I got home, like, what is going on? And then I'll never forget, there was even a hurricane going on in Miami while we were rehearsing. And I'm like, I'm getting to rehearsal. We're going to get this dance done. Like, nothing's going to stop this whole MTV opening of the show.
So
like,
was that the job? It was an MTV
it was
award show?
Video Music Awards.
Oh my God!
You can go back, and we were wearing all white. I'll never forget. And the whole entire show opened up, and it was like white and dripping and like all that stuff. And then we had a little opening section, and then I remember Diddy coming to rehearsal. I remember Lorianne Gibson, and I just remember us just like fighting to the death. Like, I remember watching Making the Band, and like I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting in front of these people right now, and dancing with some of the greats too. So it was just a great experience for my first real job.
Were you nervous, like in that situation, as like a young girl is 17 years old? Were you nervous meeting these huge stars? Because it's all right watching on TV, but being face to face is something so different.
Honestly, I don't ever think it really changes. I mean, we live here, we live in LA, we're always around celebrities. It's still the same feeling, you know. When someone of that kind of status walks in a room, you feel it, especially then. It was extremely dramatic. You get a little bit more used to it, but it never goes away.
And I mean, at that point, I think if I got booked on a job at that age, I'd be thinking, yeah, I'm killing it right now. But do you remember a point in your career, in the beginning of your career, where you were like, okay, I'm really taking off. This is where my career lies. Do you know what I mean?
I think the first time I booked the Nicki Minaj tour is when I felt like, okay, this is real. I chose this, and I cannot believe I'm one of the 5 that are on the stage with the Nicki Minaj. The audition process was so dramatic. It was the most, like, we would dance, get cut, hundreds of girls in a big room, and then to come down. And honestly, that day, that audition, I was pulled first. Like, they were pulling me at the end, and then they would pull the rest of the 4 girls to like kind of go around me. So I was like, what the hell is going on here? I don't know how this is happening, but I'm just going to keep fighting. My legs were giving out. I was hungry. We didn't eat for hours. And then we finally got on the gig, and like just rehearsals. I just remember being this, like, every day I would show up early to rehearsal just because I was so excited, you know?
And that's such a big thing, isn't it? Like putting the hard work and being there, really, that is such a huge thing. But in what you said there, it being like these huge sort of halls with loads of dancers trying to stand out. How did you stand out? Like, how do you think you made yourself stand out? Is it all down to obviously your craft, or do you think there's other elements to it as well? Wow,
that's a great question. There's so many elements to it. And 50% of it is how talented you are.
50? Just 50?
Just for me.
That's not that much, is it?
I would say 30, but I don't want to be disrespectful. Yeah. Like, it's talent, but it's also how you carry yourself. Your look is a lot of it. Sometimes you go into castings with thousands of girls, and it's typecasted out the beginning. That means that they put you in a line. They say, no, you can stay. No, yes. She's a little too tall. Her hair is blonde. We're only looking for people with dark hair. Sometimes they're looking for certain weight. It just depends on what the gig is. I love a good typecast. Please have me come.
Yeah.
Stand in line, and you tell me right off the bat, so I don't waste my whole day dancing, and then for you to tell me that you don't want girls with pink hair.
Yeah, I get you.
So typecasts were always the best. But definitely that. And then I know what I did in that specific audition. I wore yellow heels, I'll never forget. And I like really honed into the fact that I was a Miami dancer. So I have a little bit of a Latin flair. A lot of the LA dancers here, they're more hip hop, more cool. a little bit more edgy.
Yeah.
And I never came in that way. Like, I came from Miami. We are groomed. We are extremely like chipper. Our eyes are open. We're wearing lashes and we're wearing a lip. Like,
Yeah.
And I knew that was one of those things where that kind of set me apart. And then it was time to dance on the floor and go ham. And I didn't hold back then. And then it was like, I'm going to rip these lashes off and you're going to see this edge. And then I kept my heels on even for the hip hop combo.
No, I don't even know how people dance in heels. Like, how?
It's part of my body at this point. Like, heels, it's just part of me. We've been doing it forever. It's my favorite. It also ties into the Latin ballroom, sexy, lengthy thing. And for me, that's always been a cool thing that I'm happy that I learned at a younger age. And it's just second nature.
And so tell me about the moment when you did get booked for that job. You'd put all this effort into it and you got booked.
It was a bit confusing, the audition process towards the end. I can go into detail about that. But when I did get the call that I actually was the one chosen, I hung up the phone and I started bawling, crying. Like, I remember being in the bathroom and like looking at myself in the mirror like, bitch, you did it. And then called my mom. And because when I moved out to LA, I don't know why this is emotional. I'm so stupid.
No, it's not stupid at all. Take your time. There's water next to you as well.
Oh my God. So when I moved out to LA, I was living on my friend's couch for the first like 4 or 5 months. I had $10 a day. I remember I used to eat $5 footlongs, and like even telling them like, you know, we did it, you know, that kind of thing. And then it really changed my life. I got to make enough money so that I could move into my own apartment with my friends and then have a real bed and a real, you know what I mean? Moving away from Miami to a whole nother side of the country to actually do something that you said you would do is like a huge moment for me.
Congratulations to that. Like, I know that was a really emotional moment for you, and I honestly appreciate it so much you sharing that with us. But look at you now. Like, I feel emotional sitting here and you telling me this story, because everything you're telling me is just the hard work you've put in, the dedication, and your craft. Like, you are incredible. You deserve everything you've got here. And I'm only 5 minutes into the podcast and I'm already in love with you. Can we get a tissue, please?
Please.
Can we just take a moment?
How embarrassing.
No, it's not embarrassing at all. So we had a little bit of a moment there, and I really appreciate you sharing that with us, because it was so nice to just see like the raw and real. I mean, you do show a lot of the real side of you, but just up front, that was a really nice moment for me to be a part of. So thank you for sharing that with us. And I think something important that I always think about, especially with, you know, celebrities like yourself, you're so busy that as humans, I think we spend so much time looking forward and we don't ever look back. So I guess you probably haven't looked at that memory in a long time or thought about that memory or time.
Always in what's happening next. I try to live in the moment as much as possible and think forward. Like, thinking back really isn't something that I do often. So yeah.
Well, I feel privileged to literally be even sat here with you telling me that story, because you've done absolutely, and I really, really do mean that. But so that was obviously a huge job for you. But like you mentioned before, you've done so many amazing jobs with dancing, whether it be music videos, whether it be touring, whether it be social content that have gone viral. But what has been your favorite job to date so far?
They all have a special place in my heart. I'm trying to really hone it. No, you know which was a big
it's
one?
Hit you. I just saw it
just
come
hit
to
me.
Your head.
It was definitely doing the Honey movie that's on Netflix. Like a movie, Honey 4, Rise Up and Dance with Tiana Taylor. I got to play a really bad guy. I got to play the mean girl, which is in a dance movie. So like, I mean, we watched Bring It On when we grew up. We watched all these Dance With Me, all these dance movies. I mean, that's a girl's dream.
Literally.
To dance in a movie, a dance-based movie, you know. So I had lines and I got to battle against Tiana Taylor, one of the best dancers in my opinion.
Wow. Yeah.
So like, that experience was just incredible. And that was another one where I was on set in my trailer like 30 minutes before we started, like, when are we going to start? I'm ready. I have my lines ready. Like, well, let's do it. You know, broke my back in half. I literally got injured on set. We were doing our final battle scene. And let me tell you, I had a lumbar sprain, had to go to the hospital. I don't go to the hospital. I've never really been to the hospital, probably other than when I was born. Like, I was giving it my all. I was giving it my all. And, yeah, I didn't care. I was like, I had the scene the next day. I was like, oh, I need a couple Advils.
You're going again.
And I need a therapist on set. So we had somebody like every take. I went to the back, got a little rub down on my back, and then got to do it again. And just had to finish. I had to. And then, yeah, that was one of the best moments as far as jobs.
Wow.
So far.
Wow. That is a big moment. I mean, I remember that from the Honey films are massive, and I remember even watching them. I used to dance in front of my TV. I wanted to be a dancer, so never mind you. But one thing like I can really see through you is, I can not see through, but see from you is how I can understand how you're so good at it, because I can see how much you love it. Like just the way you talk, I can see everything in your eyes, like how obsessed you are with it. So
I'm absolutely
I think that's
obsessed
such a
with
key thing with like anything that you do in life. Like if you love it.
Have to love it, and it's something that's it's like runs through my veins.
And so just for touring like purposes, so like we said, you've toured with some huge names. What was it like working with people like that? I guess you must have learned a lot from, you know, meeting those kinds of people like Nicki, like Britney Spears, you know.
Yeah, I was just like this the whole time. My eyes, I was just soaking it all in.
Sponge.
Pharrell is one of the coolest people in the world till this day that I've ever met.
He'll always be. I mean, I've never met him, but he's definitely the coolest guy in the world.
Let me tell you something. The man is a loyal man to his team, to his wife, to his kids. Let's just start there. And then the list goes on. But even working with him, watching him be an artist and just be so into the music, when he locks in, he locks in. The passion is there. The talent is there. And he was the first one to tell us, you guys, first of all, you don't have to wear makeup, so like it's all good. Like I like natural, you know, you guys are beautiful the way you are. That's one.
I love that.
2, just do what the music tells you to do. And we're like,
is that a trick question?
You trying to fire us, aren't you? What are you trying to do here? And that was our order, to go on stage and do what the music told us to do. And it was always me and one more girl that would tour with the whole band. And it was the most incredible experience ever. But yeah, I definitely soaked in a lot from each artist. Nicki, I learned things I liked, learned things I didn't like about being a woman artist.
Yeah.
Which is, that was a huge learning thing for me too. I would go home crying sometimes from just working with her as a female. Yes. And
can you tell, like, what kind of things were they? Because we're going to go on to your music and your, like, you know, your singing career, your solo career.
I was young and naive to a lot of things, and I thought everything was about only. I thought things were only about dance and how you do on stage, and not how things work off stage, and personality and being professional. Sometimes it has nothing to do with how professional you are. It has nothing to do with your talent. Sometimes people just will form a grudge against you for things that you didn't even really do wrong. Some things that aren't even in your hands. So I did learn just the industry, the entertainment industry. These are things that people don't tell you about when you come out here.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was on time to every rehearsal. I was dancing as great as she found me in the audition, you know, sometimes, but things off of the sheet sometimes go a little bit off, and I learned, like, it has nothing to do with me as a human, it has nothing to do with me and my professionality. Sometimes it's just what it is. And okay, she worked with Cash Money.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of men always on tour with us.
Yeah.
Me at the time, professional, young, dancing with Nicki Minaj, had no reason to do anything wrong or be, you know, feel away. And one specific person would always try to get my number on tour. Right. And it was a part of the camp. And I'm like, no, I don't want to give you my number.
Like, you're here doing your job.
I'm here doing my job. I have a boyfriend, and I just don't want to give you my number. I don't want to. Anyways, fast forward, we get to a club. We're out at one random show, and he's like, you're going to give me your number, blah, 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 blah. And then one of her security guards sees me like, no, I'm not. Starts getting in a fight with the guy that's on the team. And guess who gets fired the next day? I get fired.
You're kidding.
For saying no. This is all on camera, so these are all facts. I get fired the next day. Mind you, we only had 2 shows left off the tour, so it was fine. I get fired off of the tour. I'm devastated. I'm like, I did the right thing.
Yeah.
I did exactly what I was supposed to do. And I'm the one, but just because they got in a fight and I got in the middle of it somehow, even though I didn't want to be, had nothing to do with me. And so I learned in that moment, like, it took me a long time to realize, but like, sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with you. Mind you, fast forward, she apologized, and,
That's good to hear.
I got brought on for the next tour, which is the tour with Britney Spears with her. So it was fine after that, and she understood because she ended up looking at all the tapes and all that and seeing that it really wasn't me.
It's good that she took the time to go back and see that.
Yeah, I mean, I went back to the audition and I tapped her on the shoulder and I was like, "You're wrong about this."
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
and that takes a lot.
It was
especially
huge
for
for me.
girl,
Nobody knows the stories. Nobody knows.
Wow, yeah.
But it was definitely huge. I pulled up to that to that audition. She tried to tell me no. I was like, "You need to go back into the tapes and go look and see what problem this is, because it's not my problem, and I need to let you know that you rep women all the time. You're always girl power. Well, then be girl power about this."
Yeah, good on you.
And then that was it. And then it was fine. And ended up doing a whole nother tour.
God, I wasn't expecting that at all.
I know. Nobody knows the story. My mom knows because I freaking called her bawling.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I was like, "Mom, I just feel so much better." She knows the truth now.
Yeah,
because she didn't know the truth
because that wasn't you. However you were being portrayed wasn't you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's a strong move for you to do, to go and tap Nicki Minaj on the shoulder and be like, "Look, I'm going to tell you the truth." But what's important is you were professional and you stayed true to yourself, and you knew what was right. So
because I knew I didn't do anything wrong, and
exactly.
I literally was just caught up in the brush fire. And sometimes that happens, and sometimes you need to know, as a woman in this industry, I like I said, bringing it back to, I learned that there's certain ways that I want to go about doing things, and being a female artist and being around other powerful, strong women.
Yeah.
You always want to uplift people around you. And I did learn that a lot by the different artists that I've been around. They've always been able to lift me up.
It's incredible the amount of experience you've had to be able to, have them learning curves, and with good and bad, you do learn. You do learn, and you don't get taught in school. You don't get taught that. But let's talk about now. So, your music career. You auditioned for the X Factor in 2013, I believe. X Factor US. It's a huge thing in the UK as well. With Girls United.
Yeah.
Tell me about that experience. Wow.
I was in a girl group for years while I'm on tour with all these people.
Oh, so whilst you were on tour,
I was a fully signed artist.
Wow. Oh my God.
And because of funds and financial things, sometimes you got to have a side hustle. And my side hustle was going on these tours with all of these artists. And my girl group would understand, and we ended up wanting to do X Factor. We made top 10 groups with Simon Cowell, and it was the biggest, coolest thing ever.
Big Simon Cowell.
Simon.
It's crazy, Simon.
No, he was actually really nice.
Was he?
He scared the
Was he in the
shit
nice mood then? I mean, I feel like he's gone nice now. He's had children.
Yeah,
but he used to be known for being scary, didn't he?
It wasn't that bad. It was
I like that
cool.
then.
He had his little jabs here and there, but it was, for the most part, it was really cool. The experience was amazing, and we did as good as we could for the show, and then the group just kind of fell apart, which is fine, because then I was studying to be a solo artist without realizing I was studying, and then broke out into being a solo artist, and from then I haven't looked back at all, and it's been even better since I've been a solo artist.
And so that was only 2 years later you released your first solo single.
Yeah.
Tell me about that moment. How was it from going to being on tour, even in dancing with other people, to being in music videos with other people, to creating your own music as a solo artist? That's massive.
For me, I feel like it's been in the works since the beginning. Yeah, I kind of always have known. And even though I'm dancing and I'm getting these gigs, for me it was more like, oh my God, finally I get to afford to put my money into my craft. Like I said, I was on tour, but I was a signed artist. So it's the whole time I'm just soaking all these things in. I'm learning a lot about just being on tour and how things work, the back parts of it. But everything has always been, I feel like, this is exactly what I've been wanting to do since I even moved out to LA.
It's so exciting. You've got your new single came out in November. Tell me about your new single, because I'm obsessed. I want to hear some of it.
We could play that thing.
I want to play some of it. Will you give me a taste of it for anyone that's not heard it?
Of course. So we had Bands Up that did really, really well.
Bands Up.
We had Bands Up that came out last year. It went viral. I popped up in a whole bunch of dance classes, got to see choreography to it.
There was so much social content to that video as well. So many people made TikToks to it, Instagram videos to it, dances.
Yep. And it went viral in the dance classes more so.
Yeah.
And then the music video, that's crazy too, because that was another idea I had in the middle of my sleep and woke up and was like, this is how the music video needs to be shot. And we shot it Just on a whim. Like, I literally called all the
Really?
places myself, booked this, booked that, boom, 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 got my friends together, put this choreography together. Shout out to VJ for choreo. And then we just, we put it together in no time, and we had it shot, and the video did great. Got over 1 million views. That's always the view for me. I always try to hit 1 million.
I mean, that's incredible.
With the music video. And on my YouTube, for some reason, my music does way better than anything else.
Wow.
So that video did good. And then the single Too Late, which is more calm, more
Love
sexy,
Too Late.
more sophisticated. That came out, was it November?
November. I've got that on my notes, November.
Yeah, November. And
I mean, we've been loving it.
yeah, so the project for the Sheesh EP,
Yes, tell me.
we're going to get this one off of us, and we're going to shake it off, and we're going to do, we got some more coming. So a lot more music is on the way. I'm very excited about that.
We can't wait, but I've got to ask you. I mean, I don't know whether you're going to be up for it, but
What?
the Sheesh EP, we've all been waiting, like, we're ready for it. But I wondered whether you could give us a little teaser, like a snippet, whether it's a beat, a liner.
I could give you something. I got my phone over here. We could play some.
Can we play a little something?
We're not going to show the whole thing.
A little
But
teaser?
just a little teaser. I can let you hear the PLT part, but pretty much it's saying to people, like, whatever you got, I got it too. Like,
Okay.
don't worry. Like, anything you can do instead of I could do better, I could do it too, boo. Like,
Love that.
So it's off of that vibe, okay?
Okay.
Pretty little thing.
And my pretty little thing, and you know I had to get the bag too.
Okay, I talk my shit,
But I walk my shit.
check your feet. I got more than just
Walk it like I talk it. Hey. That was supposed to be a surprise for you guys, and I blew it.
Guys, can we get a clap in the studio for that
blew
Pretty Little Thing
it.
reference? Shout out Pretty Little Thing, shout out Candice. Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
PLT's gonna lose their minds.
I rock with PLT. It's not a fake thing. I pulled up because I really do rock with y'all.
I swear, we've got to make so much content of that. That song is going everywhere.
I'll send you the snippet.
Yes, make sure you get it over. We'll work on that.
No,
I
I got
mean,
you.
that sounds so exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. I told you, it's fun. It's bouncy, and it's everything you can dance to. Got in the studio, would listen to the beats, and if I couldn't move to it, it was not chosen. So everything was absolutely like based off of dancing. And also I got to work with some amazing producers, London on the track.
Yes.
With TB Hits and his team with Mr. Franks, which did all the Ariana Grande stuff.
Oh my word.
Mr. SK Music, he did the Bands Up record. He did most of the records on there. So it's going to be a short little EP just to be like, hey, we're here. And then we're going to rock out after that.
Wow. I mean, like, I've literally just heard 2 tracks and I'm already like, they're bangers. Like, that's what I call them in the UK, like, they're bangers. Like, when you hear a song and you're like, I like that straight away,
Yeah.
that's when you know it's a good song. Do
It's
you know what I
good,
mean? Like, it's
yeah.
not a grower, it's like, it's sick.
You have to find, it's that.
It's that,
Listen, I'm telling you, dancers have the best DJ mindset. Like, we know what's a good record because
can see
it's like
that.
an internal thing that dancers have that above anyone else is like our way of picking songs because we have to dance to them.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? So that's always been an advantage going in the studio and being an artist. It like helps.
Something I think your fans are going to want me to ask is, will there be a full album coming anytime
Absolutely.
soon? Yeah?
Right now, it's an independent project, so everything is just going, you know, it's just me and the team that I've built. But definitely album on the way. We have some I feel like I'm more in love with the records that are going to fall after the EP. So, like, of course, an album, full album. And I also signed with Riveting to shoot the music video, to help me shoot the videos now. So now the videos
That's it,
for
you can't
the EP.
do it all on your own anymore. Like, you need a crew.
You need a
Well, you got your
crew.
crew, but you need,
Yeah.
you need that support.
Yeah, and the support is coming in hot. So shout out to Riveting, and these videos are about to be insane. That's why we even do it. It's for the videos. I
Yeah.
don't care what anybody says. I want to be like the first real visual artist of this decade. So
I'm so excited. Well, the video to Too Late, like on that rooftop, the blue sky, like that, everything was
crazy.
Insane. Was
I had to
incredible.
buy a
So-
Versace robe
I mean, that Versace robe was
for the video.
for the video. I mean, you
I
gotta
don't
do
even-
what you gotta do.
Do you know how expensive Versace is?
I mean, for a robe, whew,
God, and I'm like,
it's way
this
past
is-
my paycheck, babe.
You know, I'm over here talking all this shit on these records. I gotta live it up. I gotta live up to it. I'm like, there's a whole Versace reference. I gotta wear it. So yeah,
It was worth it.
It was
You
absolutely
killed
worth it. I loved that video. It was fun to make too, and we kept the team smaller on that one too.
love
So
it. Well, there's some definitely big, exciting things coming with your music, and I mean, I can't wait to see them. I know that everybody listening is going to be so excited. PLT's just going to go off when they hear that track. So
just please record it for me.
Oh, we're going to do that. We're going to do a little something special, okay? Just keep an eye out for it. Now, something else we've got to talk about is, of course, like your social media. So not only are you a dancer, a singer, you know, a born performer, but you're huge on social media as well, which in itself is kind of like another job. Do you feel like that?
Oh, it's the job.
It's the job.
Of all jobs. I mean, life has completely changed since social media. So I it's a love and hate, of course, because it's just a lot that goes into it, just like anything else. But of course, there's a lot of negatives that come with it. Just always having to live up to this thing that you've created. But at the same time, my page is really authentic to me as a human and as an artist. I do things as simple as little dance videos in the living room to like full-on productions. So I've maintained that aspect of it, but yeah, it's absolutely a job. It's not easy, and if anybody is looking to be an influencer, just be ready to work hours that you don't clock in and clock out. Like, you know, it's 24/7. You always have to think of new ideas, and it's an absolute job. But at the same time, though, you're in control of your whole entire life. So your work,
control of your own destiny.
Yeah, like you don't even have to go and check in for somebody. Like you can totally do it by yourself. You know. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's like I don't gotta go in and see the boss, but the boss isn't giving me the keys to what I got to do today. So it's just like, okay, but I like that. I'd rather that.
Yeah.
I'd rather be doing this than anything else in the world, and that's 100%.
And that's such an amazing thing to be able to say, isn't it?
To find that is everything, because work
do.
For me is huge. Obviously, you know how passionate I am about, and like I'm Capricorn. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but like the work passion is a thing that is a huge part of me, and so I'm just happy that I've always found the dance part of it and the performance part, but sometimes you just don't know which avenue to go with it.
Yeah, of course.
And finding that, and also my friends are they're into it too.
You have so many talented friends as well, don't you?
It's so amazing.
And
it's
creative.
It's a creative pocket. I'm always in a sauce of creative juices with my friends. The sauce. It's a deep sauce.
What accent
my
are we going there?
friends are that sauce and that juice, and it's so important to have that around you, because you can easily be weirded out by somebody that always is creating something, or you know. But I'm used to being a weird creative from always just being in a dance school. We would always, all the dancers would be in a corner eating lunch, you know, kind of the outsiders. But finding friends that understand it and are with you and just constantly collaborating is like the best thing ever.
And you are like, your content is second to none. Like your content, you are literally churning out this amazing content. And I mean, it's always so new, so fresh, and so quick to the mark. So I think that is one of the keys to your success. I mean, from an outsider's point of view. But also, you mentioned you are authentic and you are real. And that's something that we've noted as well. You are very real on the gram, and, you know, you show every kind of different angle of your life. It's not always a polished video that's been shot in high production. It is, you know, in the house. And something you shared recently was your 8-week weight loss transformation.
Oh my God.
Which, I mean, for someone with a big following like you have, was really great to see, to be like, oh, okay, well, there's that, you know, these real pictures of her where she's like, okay, I want to change this or whatever. Do you think it's important to show that reality behind Instagram?
It's such a weird thing. It's a back and forth that me as a human being, I battle all the time. I am that dancer girl that has supposed to be fit all the time, and they just assume that I'm this way. Then you get all these comments sometimes, and I was starting to get around the beginning of the 8 weeks. Are you pregnant? I see that glow.
You didn't.
That pregnant glow. I see you, sis. Those kind of like slight jabs.
So
and
even
I'm thinking,
that, it's like, are they trying to be nice? What
no,
are you saying there?
I'm just like, don't ever call somebody pregnant until they say they're pregnant.
Unless I've announced it.
Like, don't do that. And I'm not going to walk up to anybody and be like, how many months are you? Are you rude? That's so rude. But maybe that's
rude.
just
No,
like a
that
thing.
is so rude. Like you.
So
just...
I've made it clear, like, you better stop. So at that moment, I mean, I already knew I'm a human. I gain weight. I fluctuate. I'm also Haitian and Cuban. Therefore, my body switches. And if I decide to eat, which I love food, I live for food. If it changes, like my body, if I don't work out for a day, 2 days, or if I don't dance for, God forbid, 3 days, I'm going to gain weight, you know? So the whole showing the process, it's a tough thing, but it's also, like I said, it's very real, and it's me, and I'm a normal human being at the end of the day, and I don't want to be that my image has never been be the perfect girl. Like I don't care to be. So with that being said, it's a little bit easier for me to post in and outs, but I mean, that kind of stuff is sticky. Social media is sticky for that.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, that picture did really, really crazy on my gram. And it kind of was one of those things. I was like, I have slight anxiety about to post this, but it's real. So
yeah. And I just think so many people can relate to, you know, that situation. I mean, everybody at some point in their life, no one's 100% happy with their body.
Right.
And I mean, for someone like you with the following that you've got, like just to hear that you get negative comments like that is obviously terrible, but unfortunately it does happen. But, you know, to hear like, that's the pressures of social media. Do you feel like them pressures affect you, like they have an impact on you as a person?
I only feel like it's a negative impact when I feel like it's not up to par or something like that. So if I'm feeling thick, really thick where I'm not supposed to be, because I don't like feeling that way. I like to feel like light and airy. So if I'm not feeling that, and then those things start to show up on my page, it kind of is like an extra like, hey, tap in. That's when it starts to annoy me. But when I'm feeling good and I know that I'm the way that I'm supposed to be, and I put it out there in that little, you know, that little post or whatever, then anything anybody says is like, I don't really care. Like, you know, so it's just when I'm not feeling my best and I do kind of show it a little bit and people start to say those good things, that's when it kind of gets a little bit funky. But that's just me being honest.
And something you do also post a lot about is your workouts. You work out a lot. I mean, I don't know how you fit everything you do into your life. Like,
It's a lot.
do you work every second of the day? Because how does it happen?
I have to. I don't know what it is. The physical part of me is half mental, half really get this body right and tight for summer. There's always something to look forward to. But yeah, workouts is a mental thing. And for me, workouts is when I come up with my creative concepts for my videos.
Right. Okay. That and sleep.
That and sleep. Yeah, I sleep and then I'll think of something in the middle of the night. I'll wake up and be like, holy crap, that's it. And then I'll go back to sleep and then wake up and then actually shoot it that day.
Oh my God. That's how you turn it around so quick. She's just like, I'm just going to get up and do this.
The team must be like, girl, please calm down. Poor thing.
We've got someone from the team in the room right now. Hi. He knows how it is.
Poor thing. I feel bad for that guy. But he works just as hard as me though.
Yeah.
He'll stay up till 6 a.m. editing.
That's incredible.
Like,
you don't
so,
find many people like that.
Yeah. So like it's constant. I'm telling you, keep those people around you.
Keep your
the
team.
ones that work just as hard or harder. Those are the ones you keep around. So the team stays small, but the content keeps getting bigger.
And a big part of your team is, of course, Omar.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you're seen working out with him all the time. Now, let me just say, you're quite the power couple, aren't you?
Listen, I'm walking around with an actual action figure.
Yeah. I mean, I'll agree to that.
I have no
will
choice but to be in that gym. I am not going to be the thickie in the relationship. Even though I am the thick one, I call it, instead of queen and slim, we're queen and thick. Or king and thick.
I love it. King and thick.
King and thick.
I like that.
Yeah, so I just try to keep up with him. He is a
machine.
workhorse. He's
He
a
looks
machine.
like a machine.
And it's not just a physical thing. Like mentally, physically, it's just like he's wakes up at 5, 6 in the morning every single day. Like the football side of him still lives inside of him.
Yeah.
So the whole tardiness and lateness doesn't happen, or else you get fined. That kind of stuff. He grew up on that stuff. So
Wow.
like he's very punctual. He's just like a workaholic, just like me. So we kind of
That's it. You're the
kind
same.
of
Like you
matches.
both
Yeah.
are like
He understands it,
machines.
and he knew, you know, who he started dating when he started dating her. Meaning, I've been doing this since we met. You know, so he kind of understood. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be editing till 3 in the morning. I can't hang out, but I'll see you tomorrow.
I can't get up at 5 a.m. I've been editing till 3.
Yeah, lunch.
See you there.
I see you there, you know. So he knows it's a difference. We're definitely different, but it kind of, you know, kind of
Works
goes.
out.
Yeah.
And you've been together for quite some time now.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think there'll ever be any like wedding bells anytime soon, or is that something you just like don't think about yet?
I mean, it's definitely a conversation we've had. We have multiple conversations where we would do it, how we would do it,
Wow.
that kind of thing. We are definitely concerned with buying a house and having
Those big
babies.
things too. Yeah.
So,
Before
like,
weddings.
I mean, I never grew up that way.
The world's changed, hasn't it? Like it's not got to be a certain order.
The older I'm getting, the more I'm like, okay, I use prom as a perfect example. Prom was like a huge thing in high school,
Yeah,
right? It's like
massive.
you had to go, and then getting a school ring was like, your senior year was like the biggest deal for me, and I had to do it, and I had to have the right dress for the prom, and I had to have that ring.
Yeah.
I never wear that ring. If I wore that ring now, you guys would look at me like I'm crazy. One, and two, I look at prom like, what a joke. Like, so if I could look back 10 years ago and say, or however many years ago, and say, Candice, you're doing too much. I feel like there's no way that a wedding wouldn't feel like that many years down the line. Granted, of course I want a wedding. I want to, you know, be married to my husband. But like the whole shebang of it, I feel like I live the whole shebang every day.
Yeah, I think you do.
So I feel like it's okay if we don't
not be planning that just
right.
yet.
Yeah, I feel like it's totally fine, and it's really about what it's really about, which is the love and growing together. So marriage is definitely in the works, but it's not something that's like that huge of a deal for me.
Yeah,
or
I
him.
appreciate that though.
Yeah, but babies, he's ready for babies now.
Oh, is Candice ready for babies now?
I have these videos to shoot.
I mean,
I'm not ready
to dance.
I'm not ready for these. I'm not ready for this body transformation, and that's me being absolutely honest.
No, I don't blame you.
But
It'll come.
if it happens, when it happens, let's go. Let's run it. And I'm about to
Wow.
have my baby running around with little Ghost. I have a little dog, a huge dog.
I mean, we all know who Ghost is. You ain't got to tell me who Ghost is.
Roam with Ghost on Instagram, everybody. Make sure you go follow him. He's a
I'm
riot.
obsessed with him. I'm going to talk about him in a minute, but just before we leave the wedding scenario, you danced at Melissa Melanori's
Yes.
wedding, didn't you? And that wedding dance, the wedding dance,
That thing went so viral for
so viral. For a
I
long
couldn't
time.
believe it. Yeah.
Still.
Listen to me. I had one glass of wine before
Did
we
you?
started dancing. I did not know it was going to be that viral. We were rehearsing for months before. I don't know if she told you, but she had us
No, she
rehearsing
did.
like we were going to dance for Beyonce's wedding. She was like, "Oh no,
She's
no,
like
no.
strict.
Very strict." Which she's always been like that. I'm very like that too. So me and her get along just fine.
Just fine.
She's my friend. But yeah, she had us rehearsing for that. So yeah, we knew the steps, and I was like, I had rehearsal that day for the Latin Grammys. I'll never forget.
No way.
So I'm
like,
running.
huge
I missed
things.
the beginning of the wedding. I had to run just to make it to that performance. She would have killed me if I didn't make it.
Oh, God.
No, butcher. I finally got there. I'm like, whew, finally made it.
Glass of wine.
Glass of wine. Let me just wind down. Let me go change it to my little outfit she has us wearing.
I just love
And
it. It's like
I'm
she has this
dancing.
wedding.
If you look at the video, I'm like, I'm dancing at a wedding. Ha ha ha. Like so like calm, like not like full throttle stage performance. This was just like, I'm dancing for your grandma, I'm dancing for your uncle and your sister. Like it was total family vibes, even though I did know that she had lights, cameras, and damn near a drone. Did you see those shots that she
I mean,
had?
the shots were just, it was high production.
I did not know that there was going to be 16 cameras for that wedding. When she showed us
She
that
went
video,
in.
I was like, Melissa, I get it. I understand why you had a lighting rehearsal,
my
a
God.
sound rehearsal.
You're thinking it's just this little dance.
I'm thinking it's my friend's wedding.
Yeah,
and
have
I'm
a couple of
dance-
wines beforehand.
I knew it's Melissa. I knew that's why we had the costumes and all, but I didn't know it was going to be like that. To see it all happen was so incredible, and I'm so happy and proud of her.
Well, she was actually on our podcast as well. So if you are interested in hearing more on that, you can go and listen to that episode. But I guess from that, I want to ask, you said you're not thinking about weddings now, but if you ever do get married, do you think there'll be like a big special performance type thing? Because I mean, you're Candice and I kind of want to see it.
It wouldn't be me if there wasn't.
Yes.
But I do have a plan in that sense. It's like, I'm not going to be dancing alone, and it's not going to be me and my homegirls. So Mr. Sir over here that's going to be getting married with me, yeah, put on your dancing shoes because we're about to do it together.
Oh, I'm so ready for it.
Yeah.
It's so ready for it. So we'll look out for that. Like
for a duet.
In however many years' time, I'm going to be on the sideline on YouTube watching like,
no,
yes,
you're going to be at the
did
wedding.
It.
I'm
going to be at the wedding. I will come anywhere for sure. But speaking of like your joint kind of content, the Komar show. If you don't know what the Komar show is, just please go on Candice's Instagram. Like, go and check it out. I'm sure you do, but wow, how did that first come about? It is actually hilarious. I'm obsessed.
Honestly, it's the time where it used to be a thing where it's like, oh, we're working together, getting in fights. Like, who's going to edit it? Who's going to do this? Where are these concepts going to come from? Then we gave it a break. We did like 2 episodes. Started arguing. We're like, you know what? Forget it. We're just not going to do this. And then a year later, we're like, we finally built our team. We're like, you know what? We're going to let other people handle the things that we don't want to handle. We're going to just shoot. And now, when I tell you, the shoots are exactly what they are. They are fun. It's time for us to spend together.
Yeah.
It's just, we took the equations out that we didn't want to deal with, and then now it's just like, honestly, the best time ever. It gives us time to spend together. Our dog is literally our baby, and it's just so much fun and funny. Like, we're crying, laughing half the time.
But with everything that you guys do, like, you work together so much and you're so busy, how do you like maintain like your happy, great relationship that it looks like you do have?
It's easy. I don't know. We're friends too, so
you seem so close.
Like we're literally, he's literally my best friend. So it really makes it fine. And then, like I told you, we shoot, we have a good time, we're laughing, adds extra laughs. We go out, we love to eat together. He has a vegan show on his channel, and like I'm like, I'll just come with you. Sure, free meal. I'll take it. So we just have a lot of the same interests, and we don't really see our work as work because, like I said, we don't have a 9 to 5, so it's just like we go in. My mind is always on. His schedule is a little bit different than mine, but we deal with that just fine, and it doesn't feel like work with him. It just feels like fun and extra time to spend together, if anything.
I love that.
It's cool.
And so you do have another love of your life, of course, Ghost.
My baby.
I mean, you mentioned him before. I could just talk about him all day. I was kind of hoping you'd bring him today. I'm not going to lie.
Honestly, if he would
have
have just...
He's quite a big boy, though, isn't he?
He's huge. If he didn't have his new little heat patch, I would have brought him. He went to Florida. We brought him to Florida for the first time to go meet my father. My dad's ready to be a grandfather, and he got to meet Ghost, and then he didn't want to let him come home with us for the holidays. So, He wasn't used to the holiday, like the humidity over there. Oh, God, yeah. So he started licking this little wound, and he came back, and I took him to the emergency room. I thought I was going to lose my son. And they were like, oh, no, it's just a heat rash. Oh, he'll be completely fine. They shaved his whole little patch, so now he's walking around with a patch.
So much hair.
I was mortified walking him around the neighborhood. The neighbors were like, what happened to him? I told them, they're like, oh, it's going to be fine. Trust me. We have kids. Like, we know how to. Mind you, I'm having a whole meltdown. This is my first,
it's your first
baby, and he has a whole patch on his skin. Like, what do you do? It's nothing. It's grown out within the first week. It's hilarious. But yeah, this whole process has been a huge lesson for Omar and I. Yeah. We're taking care of something other than ourselves.
Yeah.
And he's a huge dog, so it's not like a little brain. Like, he's a whole husky. Like,
he's like a wolf.
He's a wolf.
He howls, doesn't he?
He howls. He talks. Yeah, he howls.
No,
he speaks on command.
I heard him talk. What did he say?
He was like, "I love you."
I love you.
Because
on your Instagram.
Yeah. He says, I love you, and whenever we're like, speak, he's like, boo.
I love that everyone listening right now on their headphones can be like, oh, God,
crazy.
Turn that down.
Sorry,
guys. I'm just obsessed with Ghost.
And I could talk about him forever, but he's just been so much fun. And what's funny about Ghost, honestly, is that he was a gift to Omar's dad for Christmas last Christmas.
No way.
And his dad was like, you didn't give me no dog for Christmas. I don't want him. Like, you could get me a woman. You can't give me a dog. So I'm like, fine, I'll take him. And when I tell you, first of all, I picked him because I loved him.
Yeah.
So I was like, God forbid his dad doesn't want him. It's ours. In my mind, Omar wasn't ready. And then got the dog. Dad didn't want him. I was like, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and snag him. And it's been the best thing, honestly. Watching Omar be a dog dad is just an awesome thing
I mean,
to see.
like, dogs are just so close. Like, we get so close to dogs, like, they are literally children to
Yeah,
us.
and he likes to play rough, and I'm like the mom, like softer, like, why are you hurting him? Stop. He's like, he's a big boy. So watching him see it's been great.
I've got to ask, where did the inspiration from his name come from? Are you a fan of Power?
Okay, so there's two things.
Okay, I'm ready for them.
It's Power and it's
I'm so
Game of Thrones. There's white huskies on Game of Thrones.
I just like you. Like, I like you more and more the more you talk.
No, but and people in the streets, and now it's to the point where they're like, "Is he from?" And I'm like, "Yep," because I already know what you're gonna say. And he first it was like it was honestly Omar, because I was like, Casper the friendly ghost. He's all white, and then he was like Ghost, and I was like, that's it. And then it came from there. We're like Power, like Game of Thrones, and we were just like dapping each other up. Like we came up with like the name of the century, and it stuck. And it's honestly the best thing ever, because the way he looks at anyone, it's just like you just fall into his eyes, and he's such a sweet boy.
Honestly, you need to bring him round sometime soon.
No, absolutely.
The office, I need to meet him. I hear he comes to the office now and again, and he likes the treats and the balls in there.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
One time I've got to be there. Okay.
Of course.
We'll sort it out.
Of course. I would love to bring him.
I mean, I could talk to you for hours on end. I think I could carry on with this podcast forever. But I mean, I have got to start wrapping it up. But I want to start by saying, like, what an incredible journey you've had in total. I normally say like past year, but like just your journey is so inspirational and so amazing to hear, especially by a person I've heard and read a lot about you, but to meet you face to face and to actually get to know you properly is incredible.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And just thank you for being so genuine, and I'm happy that you guys called me in today. I couldn't wait to come, and just being here and being able to sit down with someone real and be able to talk about real situations and like real genuine ones is hard to find. So thank you, and thank you for having me. I'm so happy.
I completely appreciate you. Like I say, you're a very busy woman, and taking time out of your schedule to come do this, we really appreciate it. And I know that Omar and that everybody at the PLT team, Napa, everyone's going to really love this episode. So
They
we're going to be
better.
making sure they're listening to it. Okay?
They better. You guys listen. Candice is here. She loves you.
Up in the PLT podcast. Okay. Now, before we do go, can you let us in on, obviously we've got the EP coming, we've got Sheesh coming, we've got a lot to look forward to, but is there anything else that we could look forward to in 2020 that you'd like to tease?
A lot of content and fun things that are going to make you feel something. So look out for the Omar show, look for the Sheesh EP, look for more dance apparel 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
And just look for these movies on the gram, because we making movies this year. It's 2020 and it's our time.
I feel like this was a movie. This wasn't real life sitting talking to you today. I think we should cheers.
We need a cheers
to
to that.
Thank you so much,
course.
Candice. It's been amazing. And to everybody watching and listening at home, this has been PLT Behind Closed Doors, starring the incredible Candice. And we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Woo!